Hello everybody. In case you hear some thunder, you'll know which night it is because that was, it's Wednesday evening, isn't it? And that's the thunder evening. Anyway, I'm going to make some pancakes this evening. It's really a really simple recipe, and I'm going to tell you a little story about a time a long time ago, before you were even born, when I made lots and lots of pancakes. Anyway, I have got 110 grams of flour. I'm also going to measure it out in case you haven't got any scales so you can see the volume. I've got 2 eggs and I've got 200 ml of milk, and I've got a little tiny bit of salt there. It's so easy. All you have to do is to crack the eggs into the flour like that. Mix it in. You can see I'm sort of drawing the flour into the egg, so make sure you get all the flour mixed into the egg to form quite a stiff sort of batter like that. And now I'm going to slowly put a tiny pinch of salt in at this stage. Should have put that in before, but it doesn't matter. So now I'm going to slowly add 200 ml of milk. It's very stiff to start with, and that's fine. Bit more. There are lots of different ways of doing pancakes, but this is the way I've done it for a very long time. It's also actually how you make Yorkshire puddings. Same kind of process. The eggs will make the batter all fluff up. That's why you put the eggs in. So you can see it's gradually getting thinner and thinner, and I'm whisking quite thoroughly to get all the lumps out. So keep adding the milk quite slowly, like that. Until it's all in there, which it is now. It looks quite liquid, almost like you could drink it. It's that liquid, but it's absolutely right. That's what it's meant to look like. Now, if it's got lumps in it, which it might have, this hasn't really, I don't think, but if it has, then what I would do is put it through a sieve like this. You see what I'm doing? Pouring it through. Well, it has actually got a bit of lumps. Little bit of lump there, it doesn't matter. So you get a really smooth batter in there. But even if it had the lumps in it, it would dissolve, that'd be fine. And there we are, that is the batter. Oh, I forgot to tell you that yesterday was Russell's birthday. That's why there are all those birthday cards there. Lots of ones of cats, because Russell loves his cats. Right, so there's our batter, and we're going to let that sit for a few minutes before we turn it into pancakes. So the next thing I'm going to show you in a minute is how to make the pancakes. Okay folks, so we're going to make some pancakes now. We've got the mixture, the lovely creamy but quite thin. We've got one of these, like a fish slice, but a palette knife would do, or a plastic one of those is fine. And we're going to have a really hot pan. So you must have a parent with you when you do this. But actually it's good because you're going to practice and you'll concentrate, so you're going to be very careful. It needs to be really hot. So I'm going to pour a little bit of oil in there, like that. Just enough to stop it sticking. You can see it, and have a little bowl like that to pour some excess oil off like that in case you put too much in, which I did. Okay, here goes. Give it a last whisk, and then just pour enough in so that it covers the middle. And while you're doing it, see what I'm doing? I'm turning the pan till all those bits are covered. It's got a few holes in there, and the first thing you learn about making pancakes is that the first one you make isn't that good. It doesn't matter. It's all about practice. So we're waiting till we think that it's got nice and brown on the other side before we turn it over. And while that's happening, I'm going to tell you a story about a little restaurant. This was a long, long time ago, before you were born. In fact, when your parents were probably at primary school like you. I had a little restaurant at White Ladies Road in central Bristol. There we are, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful colour now? And I'm going to put a tiny little knob of butter in there. You can hear that noise of it. It gets quite hot. Just to give it an extra brown look on the other side. And I think it's now ready. Shall we have a look? Yes, it is. And then it slides gently out onto the plate. You'll get the knack of this. It looks quite difficult to start with. And of course, I've had lots of practice. So here we go again. Little bit of oil, really hot pan. Jiggle the oil around like that. Give the mixture a bit of a stir. Don't worry about making a mess, and maybe have somebody else to help you a bit. In it goes, in the middle like that. Swirl it round till you cover the bottom of the pan. You see, it's not quite as perfect as that first one, is it? But it's going to be fine. So let's have a look. Little tiny bit of that butter. Maybe that's a tiny bit too much, but just a bit. Now we're going to have a look, turn it over. So I'm going to go back to my little story. So I had a little restaurant in White Ladies Road, and it was called Rocinante's, after a very famous horse which was rode by a knight called Don Quixote, and he used to go and fight with windmills, but that's another story. This story is about the pancakes that we used to make every Sunday for brunch for our customers, and me and my friend Stuart used to make 200 pancakes like this. So we had 6 frying pans next to each other, and we had a competition to see who could do them the best, and also to make sure we could still toss the pancakes. So I might try that with this next one, shall I? So I've made 2 pancakes now, haven't I? And this is the third. Keep mixing it up before you put it in the pan. That makes sure that the mixture, there's no flour that's gone to the bottom, and it's evenly distributed. Okay, here we go again. Let's just get a tiny bit of oil. Do it slowly, don't rush it, just really slowly does it. There we go, in it goes. This is a brand new pan that Liz bought, so that's one reason why it's working. It's good if you can get a non-stick pan, but it doesn't matter, as long as it's a pan that's really clean. Okay, let's see. Whoops, that's not very good, is it? Sometimes it's really difficult sometimes, even for me, and I've been doing them all this time, but I know by the time I get to doing the last one, shall I see if I can toss it now? There we are. Have a go at that right at the end, once you've done about like 4 or 5, as long as you feel confident about doing it. Not if you're only 6. I'm going to do one more, and then I'll show you what you do next. I forgot to tell you something just before. I'm going to do one more pancake. I forgot something that's quite important, which is the handle. Sometimes handles get hot, so all you have to do is to hold them with a tea towel like that. Do make sure you've got an apron. If you've got one, that's good. And of course, as I've already said, make sure that your mum or dad's there to help you. Or a grown-up, anyway. So, in fact, this pan is just about okay, and some frying pans are okay to hold completely, but have one just in case, especially near the edge there where it gets hot. Okay, there we are. So here we've got, I think there's about 7 pancakes there. This mixture makes about, you can see there's still some more in there. I could make some more if I wanted to, maybe about 10 or 12. So I'm just going to show you very quickly what you can do with them. I've got some lovely, I've just kept them warm in the oven, by the way. You can do these the day before. So I've got 3 things I'm going to do them with. One is some little bit of salad. It could be cucumber, but I've got some avocado and tomato. I'm going to put some of that in there like that. And I could put yogurt in there because I love it. And then I'm going to fold that over like that. And that's one. That's a savoury one. Now I'm going to do one which is a fruity one, which has got banana and peaches because there's some peaches around at the moment. Like that. Again, you could put yogurt. I'm going to put a bit of sugar in there and a bit of lemon. I'm going to show you a different way of doing it. It's just, you could do it just in a sort of roll like this. And that's a nice way of doing it. But the best way, perhaps of all, is really simple, and we're going to see in a minute if Russell's going to come down and have a taste of this. Whoops. I'll have to give him a special plate. It's just sugar, like that, and lemon juice. And here is Russell, just in time to taste a pancake. There you go,
Marvelous.
Russell.
Perfect timing. Hey everybody.
Yeah, see, we told them about your birthday yesterday, Russell.
Oh.
So that's why all the cards are there behind, so that they can see.
Very nice.
Is it good?
It's delicious. Thank you
Good.
very much.
You're very welcome. Lovely. And I'm going to try one of these too, just to see if this one's nice. Delicious. Right. Well, I hope you're all well and that your hair is either being cut or getting even longer like mine, because my sister cuts my hair sometimes, but she's forgotten about it. And I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. We'll be doing something with Charlotte next week, won't you? And have a lovely weekend. This is a brilliant thing to do for breakfast on Sunday. I recommend it. Bye.